Welcome to the Illegal Immigration Topics channel. I'm your host, CP. And today's topic, this murderous illegal immigrant who ICE deported, who had already broke immigration laws before. But they want people, generational American citizens, and some other ones who know it's wrong for people to break immigration laws and think they're supposed to have sympathy. When numbers of American citizens can't go rushing to other different countries and break immigration laws, right? But this is a system that they allow various types of legal immigrant, border breaker, legal immigrant personnel to sit there and do this each and every day. Yes, they're laughing. Yes. Because they know, like in this situation, like right here, this border breaking illegal immigrant personnel who is a murderer, right? But at the same time, you got people be like, oh, yes, but at the same time, immigrants built America. And you be like, which immigrants? Border breaker illegal immigrant numbers of personnel, one jumping across the Atlantic Ocean and things like that, breaking border immigration laws left and right, and then expect people to sit there and have sympathy, right? And give them a bailout left and right. Now, there's other variables to that I'm not going to go into all that. But we talking about of no comparison than at this modern time. When you got border breaker illegal immigrant personnel popping out kids left and right off the backbones of certain other cultures that were sitting there getting, should we say, racially terrorized, right? And they were supposed to be granted about time citizenship off the 14th Amendment of the Constitution, right? That has nothing to do with border breaker illegal immigrant personnel. But now border breaker illegal immigrant personnel, they're sitting there laughing at that because they're benefiting off it more. And then they're getting resources and have the nerve to sit there and demand from political personnel and to have comprehensive immigration reform, etc., and maintain sanctuary cities in various places. Do you see the insultings of that? So in this particular story, let me get to it. It talks about how this border breaker deports a man, a border breaker, illegal immigrant man, that is wanted for 2 murders in Mexico. And it is believed that he was involved in a double murder. Now, this particular border breaker, illegal immigrant personnel that was supposed to have been involved in a double murder of these 2 women was involved in a certain type of, should we say, entity, right? Entity groups on that. And they were arrested in Houston early this month by U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement and some other law enforcement people in Houston. And he was deported to Mexico at that time to face charges for the murder of 2 women. I'm not going to say this guy's name. I would just say initial CG. Or I would just say Garcia. And a couple of different names in there mixed in that. 19 years old. What was that? 19 years old. But you're supposed to have sympathy for this murderers, border breaking illegal immigrant personnel, right? Who is a citizen of Mexico. It was turned over to some Mexican officials on the Brownsfield International Bridge. This Garcia, with another couple of names in there, is a member of certain type of entity, should we say, involved in certain things, in Houston, Texas. He was arrested December 11th after ICE received word that Mexican authorities were seeking him. But I guess just believe immigrants, right? And especially just believe border breaking illegal immigrants, right? Just believe them. According to these Mexican authorities, this guy, Garcia, which is other couple of names in there, is wanted for murder of two women in Mexico. You mean two Mexican women? The homicides were allegedly committed during a robbery in March. 3 other individuals involved in the deaths are already serving prison sentences in Mexico. ICE will continue to support and cooperate with Mexican authorities to capture and return dangerous fugitives who flee to the United States to escape justice. Garcia, mixed in with another couple of names in there, has previous convictions in Houston for possessing marijuana, escaping law enforcement custody, and driving with a counterfeit driver's license. ICE previously deported him in November of 2007. But at the same time, you got pro border break illegal immigrant groups. You got numbers of personnel and certain politicalness that have their own agenda that's not for citizens in a collective way. You got, however, other numbers of personnel individuals that have their own biases and agendas for wanting more border break or illegal immigrant personnel to break immigration laws in America. Knowing that American citizens, and I'm not talking about just coming over here 1 or 2 generations ago, 3. No. We talking about for centuries. So we're not going to play that little tactic of shortchanging American citizens, right? Because American citizens, right, generations ones, right, not a couple of generations, centuries of generation ones, can they go break border immigration laws across the borders in other countries, and then break immigration laws over there, visa overstayers, commit crimes, and then think their citizens supposed to jump up and down for American citizens breaking immigration laws? You know exactly how silly that sounds. I thank you for tuning in to the Legal Immigration Topics channel.